According to Islam, the jinn and angels are completely separate beings with different roles and different functions than each other. However, there are some key similarities that they share that I'll be filling you in on in this episode. Hey guys, what's happening? Welcome back to FTD Facts. My name is Leroy Kenton. Now, this episode is for people who are curious to learn about jinn and angels from the Islamic perspective. You may also notice some similarities from other faiths and traditions. But yeah, in this episode, we're keeping it strictly to the Islamic perspective. Okay, so the similarity at number 10 is shape shifting. There is a passage in the Quran that says this: "Then we sent to her our angel, and he appeared before her as a man in all respects." And that's taken from Surah 19 verses 17. So we see there that the angel has taken on a different form. Jinns also have the ability to take on the shape of anything pretty much, whether it's another person or an animal or creature or even an object. So the similarity at number 9 is that they were both created before humans. In Islam, Muslims believe in the existence of all of the creations of God. That of course includes humans, jinns, and angels. Both jinn and angels existed before the creation of humans. At the creation of humanity, God ordered all his angels to bow down in obedience before Adam, the first man created. But Iblis, who was of the jinn, refused to do so, claiming that he was better because he was created from fire, but humans are created from clay. Jinns and angels are also invisible to human beings. People cannot see angels in their original forms with their physical eyes. If a person does see an angel, well, that angel would have manifested in a different form, meaning that the physical eyes would be able to perceive the angel. Now, when it comes to the jinn, there's actually a chapter in the Quran called the Jinn. That's the 72nd chapter or surah. And similar to angels, jinn are beings invisible to the naked human eye. As a matter of fact, though, the word jinn in Arabic at its root means to hide or conceal. You'll also find types and classes of jinns and angels. So jinns in Islamic mythology and theology come in many different forms, some of which are mentioned in the Hadith and others are mentioned in the Quran. Some of these types and classes include the Marid, Ifrit, Qareen, and the Shaitan. There are also various types of angels as well. Some have very specific roles and tasks. Others are pretty general. In Islam, you'll find mention of the archangels. Others are responsible for taking the souls of people at the time of their death. There's also the guardian angels that help protect human beings as they live their life. And there's even other angels that are tasked with recording the good deeds and the bad deeds of humans. Aside from coming in various types and classes and having various functions, some jinns and angels, they're also mentioned with having proper names. Very commonly, the jinn mentioned by name in the Quran is Iblis, who is equivalent to Satan in Christianity and Judaism. But in researching this episode, actually, Iblis is practically the only jinn mentioned by name according to Islam. But either way, it is taught that jinns have families and they have their own societies and they have children, similar to how humans have children. So this implies that they would also have proper names among themselves. Now, the angels, on the other hand, there's many mentions of angels having proper names. Of course, there's Angel Gabriel or Jibril, according to how it's pronounced in Arabic, and he's the angel responsible for revealing the Quran to the Prophet Muhammad. There's also the Archangel Michael, and then you'll find Munkar and Nakir, who are responsible for testing people in their graves. Another angel mentioned by name is Israfil, who's responsible for blowing the trumpet on the Day of Judgment. And now these are just some examples, but there are more that I didn't mention. All right, guys, so we saw 5 similarities to jinns and angels so far. We have 5 more to go, but I just want to take this time to let you know we have a similar video actually. It looks at the differences between angels and jinns according to the religion of Islam. That's also a very exciting and informative episode. I'll link to it below in the video description section where you can check it out after this one, because we got 5 more similarities to look at. And continuing with number 5, they influence humans. Due to their nature and function, it appears that angels have more of an influence on humans than the jinn do. They act as messengers to prophets. Also, like I mentioned, they take care of people as they live their lives. They also record what people do, and they use that information on the Day of Judgment. There's angels of death who literally take the human soul from the body and have them pass away. So you see, all of these, of course, affect humans in various different ways. Now, most Islamic scholars believe that the jinn are capable of possessing people. In both past and present, you'll find stories of people being possessed by jinns. They also can suggest thoughts into the minds of humans. According to the Hadith Muslim, Hadith number 2814, it says, "There is no one among you, but there has been appointed for him one Qareen from among the jinn and another from among the angels. They said, 'For you too, O Messenger of Allah?' He said, 'For me too, but Allah has helped me against him, the jinn companion, and he has become Muslim, so he does not tell me to do anything but good.'" Number 4, angels and jinn are not immortal. It is taught that normally, like humans, jinns do not have a stable set lifespan. Some of them live long lives, others live short lives. Now, Iblis, on the other hand, is said to be the oldest living jinn, and he has been given permission to influence people until the Day of Judgment, but he too will eventually die. Now, in one text by Ibn Kathir, it says this: "Here Allah tells us that all the inhabitants of earth will perish and die, as will all the inhabitants of heaven, except for whomever Allah wills." So yes, the inhabitants of heaven include angels. Similarity number 3, free will. For angels, they have free will, but to an extremely limited extent. The Quran in Surah 66 says, "They do not disobey Allah in what He commands them, and they do as they are commanded." Also, there's one point where the angels asked Allah what the wisdom was in placing a Khalifa or ruler on earth if human beings were to create disorder and kill each other. And you'll find this reference in Surah 2 of the Quran. So this ability to question suggests that they do have some reasoning faculties, which is a component of free will. And the Quran indicates that, like human beings, the jinn, both believing and unbelieving, they have free choice. They can choose to obey God or rebel against God. So because they have free will, some might turn out good and some might turn out evil. But the angels are a little bit more limited in their free will. Number 2, they have no knowledge of the unseen. Knowledge of the unseen is something that only belongs to God. No other created being has this type of knowledge just by themselves. However, various times throughout history, God has revealed the unseen to people, to angels, even to jinn as well. So in other words, only God has knowledge of the unseen, and whenever he wants to make it known to somebody else, he's able to do that at his will. And the similarity that we're going to end off at number 1 is that they're inferior to humans. So contrary to popular beliefs, humans are a lot more than often portrayed. According to the teachings in Islam, because humans have the ability to choose good or evil, this responsibility is also very serious and dangerous. Therefore, if humans follow Allah and become faithful and suppress wrongful desires, they can then become better than the angels. This is the reason why the Quran mentions that when Allah created Adam, he commanded all the angels to prostrate before him and ordered Adam to tell the angels what he knew. And the Quran states this, and I quote, "Indeed, we created humans in the best form." That's taken from Surah 95 verses 4. So this verse alone indicates that man is not only superior to jinns and angels, but all created beings. That ends off this episode. This was a look at 10 similarities between angels and jinn according to the religion of Islam. Really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I do want to hear your thoughts and comments about anything I mentioned down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because this is FTD Facts, the channel where we explore the various different countries, cultures, religion, and people of our world. So stay tuned for more episodes every single week. See you soon, guys.